give anybody my ID unless I've committed a crime.
On speech on what crime?
Listen, don't make it any worse. Please.
Why you want my ID?
Just give me your ID.
Are you gonna arrest me if I don't?
Start going to church. You have your ID? Excuse me? Yeah, do you mind if it's your ID? What's your ID?
So
Right.
we can make it real easy or we can make it real hard.
Well,
all I'm asking is for your ID that I identify who you are.
Did you need help there?
No, I'm just recording, that's all. Yeah, thank you.
DeMarcus?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, okay.
I'm Angela Grant. This is my partner, Daniel Yoa.
Yo, nice to meet you.
I'm gonna just cut you down before we bring in a new one here, just because we don't let anybody come in here.
Okay. So this is the attorney office.
We're right here.
Right.
DeMarcus.
Very cool. Pretty nice.
You got it right here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they waiting for you?
Yeah.
Okay. This won't be long, because we're reaching.
No, I'm not doing that.
About going to interview this guy here, unless they
Are you here with
I'm sorry?
anybody? Or are you here for anybody? You're here with anybody?
myself.
Okay, just because I have somebody in here, so we can't have any recording going on as I have somebody in this
Well,
room.
that's
so-
why you took him inside the office.
Yeah, but you can still see through here, so do you mind just going out there until we're done and then do whatever you gotta do?
No, man, because I'm protected by the First Amendment that you sort of protect. Am I correct or wrong?
Okay, I'm here trying to
I
conduct an
understand it.
investigation, so I'm asking if you can just wait for a second and wait in the hallway till we get done doing what we're doing. And then you can come back and,
I don't think that's the way it works,
Just don't.
legally speaking. If you want to get to the legality of it.
Just as long as you don't record on this side. Is that cool?
Well, if you know this, what's your name?
My name is Daniel Yo.
What do you work for, agency?
The Attorney General's office.
Under what?
Attorney General's office.
Law enforcement? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we're not telling you you can't record. Just don't record over here. Yeah.
I understand. Well, that's why you close the door. Close it.
The window.
Yeah, but there's no privacy in public. Who are you, ma'am?
how much longer are you gonna be here?
What's your name?
Angela Grant.
Same thing, work here.
Yes,
Department of Public Safety.
I'm sorry?
Department
No, this
Public.
is not DPS.
What are you?
What am I?
What agency?
You're in the Nevada Attorney General's office.
What agency you work for?
What AG?
Do you work for?
Do you know who the Attorney General is?
What agency do you
Okay,
work
sir.
for?
You can either step outside or have a seat, but I can't have cameras anywhere over here.
Well, I wasn't trying to record, but now that you accosted me, that I'm gonna do what I
We're gonna
want to
need
do.
to turn that the other way. Okay.
Sweet. You're law enforcement? Are you law enforcement? Are you a law enforcement?
Sir, do I have a badge on? That would indicate.
Are you a
that I'm
public
law
servant?
enforcement.
Are you a public servant? I don't know why.
I'm sorry. Maybe you don't know why. Is that somebody here that doesn't want to leave and who's videotaping and trying to get into an interview?
Well, they got the door open. They can close the door, so that's how you create privacy. But as far as the window goes, unless you cover it up, but if you don't, anything I can see in public, I can record it. I think that's the First Amendment that you guys sort of protect, right? And defend, preserve all those elements to the First Amendment that you sort of protect. So, is that correct, ma'am? Am I correct?
Hey man, how's it going?
How's it going, sir?
Good. Do you have official business here? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Recording is my official business.
Okay,
I am
what
the
purpose do you have
press.
here?
I am the press.
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Anthony Gonzalez.
Sweet. What agency you work for?
Attorney General's office.
Sweet.
You know that you're here, so.
Yeah. Are you law enforcement?
I sure am.
Did you swear an oath to the Bill of Rights?
Sure did.
Sweet.
We can move this outside. So this is a close thing. Do you have an appointment here with anybody? Are you here to see
No,
anybody?
just recording whatever I can see.
Okay, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Okay.
That's not a lawful command, sir, because you'll be violating the First Amendment that you sort of protect. So, I got the law here. If you like to look at
If you don't have an appointment here, you have no business here.
Of course I do. Freedom of the press that you sort of protect. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah. Can we keep it moving or what's happening here?
No, I'm just recording. But now that she accosted me, confronted me, so I'm going to go and stay right here. Anywhere that the general public is allowed, the press is allowed. So if the general public is allowed here, the press is allowed. And I understand that they took him inside a room. So they're creating privacy. Is that correct? Because they closed the door.
Correct.
So if I can see in there, my camera can see. Because there's no really expectation of privacy unless they decide to cover the whole window. Then that's different. But as far as privacy in public, there's no privacy in public.
This is not public though.
It is.
This is an
Absolutely
office of
that is paid by
Attorney
me,
General.
by the taxpayer. Is that right? Or is it a private building? Is it a private facility, or what is it?
It's a state building.
Which
correct?
is funded
So
by
this
the
is-
tax that I pay for.
That you're not allowed to go in there or even.
Can I ask
see,
you
right? So it's an interview being conducted,
Sweet.
right? So it's official business that's not
Correct.
public.
Sweet.
So that's why you cannot go in there. So
Can I
there
ask you
is an
something?
expectation of privacy with those doors right there, right?
Correct.
And if you don't have an appointment, you cannot be in here and just walking around recording everything
Yes,
because
I
there's
can.
stuff going
Would
on.
you like to see the
His-
law?
With his,
Would you like to see the law, sir?
Sir, I'm telling you, with his identity
I
and
understand.
stuff going on, official
Sweet.
business,
I love it.
right?
I love it.
There is an expectation
Sweet.
of privacy.
And what case law is that, sir? That you're trying to quote? That you're trying to enforce? What case law is that?
I don't know what case law that is.
Sweet. Because I have it here. Would you like to look at?
No, not particularly.
You don't want to look at the law?
I don't want to read what's on your clipboard, is what I'm telling you.
Law. The law, sir.
I'm
Case
not,
law.
I'm not going to look at your clipboard.
You don't? Honestly. Well, Fordyce versus Seattle, the Ninth Circuit granted the citizens a right to record of public employees, public officials, in the course of the duties. And anybody that's in public don't have privacy unless you create the privacy like they did. Now, if I can see in there, I can record what's in there, what my public officials are doing. I have the case law here. It says you don't want to look at the law that you're supposed to enforce in the state of Nevada. You cannot, legally speaking, you cannot violate that because you took an oath to the U.S. Constitution that you sort of protect, you sort of defend, and preserve. So if you do anything against the law, you'll be committing a crime against me, and I don't advise you do that. So, yeah. So if she wouldn't confronted me, accosted me, I would have been gone. But since she accosted me, anything you do against the public is unacceptable. Now, the other gentleman was cool. He understand my rights. He said, sir, actually, I took an oath. That's what he said. But her, she seems to think that she has this crazy expectation of privacy in public, and you don't. Unless now she went in there, so I don't hear the conversation, which is perfect. But since that window's open, I can record it. You heard of the plain view doctrine, correct?
So, absolutely,
there you
yes.
go.
So yeah, it's okay.
So I already explained to you about my rights. If you still don't understand my rights, I suggest you talk to your supervisor and make sure that you're not infringing upon my freedom of the press.
And just so you know too, that microphone you have picks up audio. I can hear here. I can hear this. So this investigation is part of an official business. Just so you know.
I love it.
So if you use that anywhere, it's just not a normal thing, right? It's part of a case in an ongoing investigation.
Sweet, I love it. I love the crazy expectation of privacy, sir, that we have here. But
All right, so we're gonna have you step outside the door, please.
Only because there's an official investigation on that's not privy to public information. That if that wasn't going on, we wouldn't have this conversation.
Sweet. And who are you, sir?
I'm Sergeant for Our Capital.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet. And you, sir, who are you?
Montero 6056.
Sweet. Now, I was explaining to this gentleman here that I have a case law here. Anywhere that the general public's allowed, the press is allowed.
Right.
Okay. So I
But
understand.
that press term is stretched as far as it can go.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm telling you is technically these doors should be shut when there's investigation going on. By their accident, they didn't close these doors so that public can't come in here while this investigation is going on. So with that really going on, we're going to ask you to step outside and you can talk all you want. Once this investigation is open, the doors will open again.
I understand.
And you can come in.
But you do understand that in order to fulfill their obligation, you cannot, and legally speaking, you cannot restrict my First Amendment that you sort of protect and defend and preserve.
Absolutely. When it comes to an investigation, absolutely.
Sweet.
We can.
And can you set that law, case law, statutory?
You are not privy to this investigation
Sweet.
whatsoever. Not even the press is allowed in here for that.
Sweet.
By accident, the door was unlocked and it was opened by mistake.
Mhm.
We're not saying you can't be in here. As long as this investigation is going on, we're not even supposed to be in here for that. Okay, so we're going to ask you to step outside while the investigation is continuing. That's all. Once the investigation in that room has been done, then it's going to open to the public again and you can come back in.
Right.
As of right now, it's technically closed to the public.
But they already got the privacy in there. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
because I
can't.
can hear them.
I
It's not
can hear
privacy.
it too. Yeah. It's
Oh, well, I mean, you're in public. You heard of the plain view doctrine, correct?
Yeah, but not for investigations. No, that doesn't work.
Can you cite that case law?
No, I can't cite it off the top of my head. I
Sweet.
don't know every law.
You are law enforcement,
I
correct?
am, but I'm not required to know every law by heart.
Sweet. Now, it seems like my rights have been
Sir,
misunderstood
step
here.
outside, please. I'm going to ask you one more time to please step out the door while the investigation is going on.
Yeah, and they're conducting it without me interrupting it.
Doesn't matter. I don't want to hear what's going on, and you're not.
Me
going to
neither.
hear
I don't want to,
So
but
I want you to please step out.
so you're gonna violate my civil rights?
Step out. Let's go. I'm not violating anybody. This room is closed to the public, so now you're going to step out.
Sweet. Would you like to see the law here?
When this room is open to the public again, you can come back in. As of right now, the public is restricted from coming here. That means you, me, and anybody else that has nothing to do with that investigation.
Can I ask you something, sir?
Out here, we'll talk.
Is
all we
there
want.
is there?
We will step out here and talk all we want. Please step out.
Would you like to see the law?
Please step out.
The statutory right. Statutory right.
Please step out.
You don't care about the law. You don't care about citizens'
Sir,
rights.
please step out. I'm asking you kindly to please step
Yeah, I know, but you don't want to look at my law. The law that you're supposed to uphold.
Step out. You can look at it.
Can you guys back a little bit for citizen safety?
No, that's just safety.
Really? So
Can you please step outside?
look how close you are.
Can you please step outside?
Look, they want confrontation.
It's not confrontation.
They-
We're trying to
that-
let these guys do their job.
This is why there's a division between the
So when
citizens.
things happen and things go wrong, we're blamed, right? But we're trying to do our job. They're trying to do their job.
Sweet.
You're inhibiting that
By what?
by being in a room that you're not supposed to be in right now.
Is there restricted access, a key code?
We just told you that.
There is a key code?
Right here.
We just told you that.
Is it red or green? What color is it?
red.
So so
So that means you're not supposed to be in here.
well, the door was open, sir, so it was inviting. So.
Okay.
So,
Shut it down.
so,
Can you shut it down?
so they're blaming the journalists here, the press.
Yeah.
They're blaming the press because the door was open. So now that it's closed, obviously I can't go in there. So, but you said as soon as they're done, I'm allowed to go in there.
Once the door is open and it's open to public again, you're allowed to go in.
Sweet. And you don't want to look at the law, right? Because you don't care about the law.
Nope.
You don't care about the law.
I didn't say that.
I said you don't care about the law. Excuse me, sir. I'm about to go inside
We're
this.
gonna go down.
Sweet. I'm gonna go down too.
Okay, you can take the next one.
Sweet. What'd you say, sir?
You can take the next one.
Huh?
You can take the next one.
Sir, what did you say?
You can.
Why? Thank you, sir. Is there a reason why?
We're not going to talk to you.
Yeah,
So you can talk all you want. We're not
I
going to do
know
anything else.
the freedom of the speech that you sort of
That you're
protect.
abusing. That you're.
Yeah, and I can, and I can do it.
And people like you will take it to the hill.
Of course I can, because there's no restrictions on it unless I'm making a threat or something. So, go ahead, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Now, this is the reason why I'm here, because you guys are tyrants, and I can see you're the sergeant. He's just walking away. Look at him. Oh, look.